What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Sure, like and sub, and let's get into this. Well, if you're like me, the first time you heard about CEO Thomas Mahler, CEO of Moon Studios, and one of the developers of No Rest for the Wicked, it was when he got called a dickhead by Alyssa Mercunti. And then he, of course, went on to educate her in quite a dignified way of what exactly it is to be a lead director on a game and to really make something and to not let it be corrupted by outside sources, which is exactly what it's exactly what DEI and ESG requirements do. So we had some very nice posts that we talked about from that, and he has returned. He has returned to educate on why they will continue to struggle. They being modern day developers of AAA titles. So here we go. Thomas Mahler. It is absolutely not a surprise to me that a lot of AAA studios have been struggling lately, and my prediction is that it won't really get better anytime soon. I know it sounds absurd, but most of the game studios out there that hit it big were at one point just a small group of passionate folks that wanted to make games together. In a lot of cases, they were just friends, and if they were lucky, they found out in the process that they actually make a great team together. And we see this in the formation of many of the gaming studios that we once loved, from BioWare to pick one, any of the Ubisoft ones, Rocksteady. And they've all just, it might have been something small and unique once, but then it was very quickly corporatized and turned into something bigger. And then more people in the kitchen, more cooks in the kitchen, ruining the recipes. And so now BioWare is not BioWare. Rocksteady is certainly not Rocksteady, and so on and so forth. The games they created struck a chord, and now they scale up and become a massive studio. And lots of other folks come in and demand this and that and unknowingly change the culture and the approach. And then we suddenly wonder what happened to this or that great studio that always delivered in the past once they're not delivering the same quality products anymore, even though everything changed in their approach to making games and specifically who they start hiring. I've compared companies to bands in the past because I think that analogy helps a lot of people understand what we're really dealing with. The same issue here. Take the Beatles. They become successful, but now their record company tells John, Paul, Ringo, and George how they should write their songs. And by the way, now they should also hire Lisa, Stuart, Shane, and Mary and have them be a part of the songwriting team so they can produce more stuff. And of course, these new folks should have the same say, because otherwise we might just face diversity issues. Does anybody really think we would have gotten the same output? So you end up praising the cooks in the kitchen and the recipes they're delivering, and then in order to make it bigger, longer, and uncut, giggity, you end up adding way more people that probably shouldn't have been there to begin with, and all the magic is taken away. You have to keep that magic alive that made it all work in the first place. We're dealing with humans here, and all too often the industry seems to forget that. He follows it up here, just finishing with, and we've seen this before when Elon Musk says that DEI kills art. It does. It's an outside influence that corrupts a story, takes it a place you would never go simply for the sake of it. I never retweeted anything from Elon because because I'm a game designer, but I very much agree with this statement. The problem with DEI isn't in its principle, but in the way it's being implemented. Yeah, you got to have meritocracy, unfortunately. Fortunately, years before DEI became a thing, we had Quentin Tarantino, a white director, make a movie about a badass black dude who buddied up with a white dude. My point being, just let artists be artists and DEI will happen naturally. And that is what we've all been screaming. It's a perfect way to end it. I grew up in a black neighborhood. My first best friends were black. My first girlfriends were black. And so on. The TV shows I watched, Family Matters, In Living Color, Hanging with Mr. Cooper, Sister, Sister, so on and so forth, the Wayans brothers. So when these demons come out and say that that was all a lie, that I didn't grow up in the naturally progressive, hard-fought living that I did, it pisses me off. It pisses me off. I guess my whole past was a lie because apparently I grew up in a super racist where all the black people hated me because I was white and I had internalized racism, even though I was busy dating and being friends with them. And just, it's asinine and it's alienating. And when you apply that type of grotesque thinking to art, be it movies, TV shows, comics, we see what happens. It just falls apart. It kills it. So when Elon Musk says DEI kills art, he is ultimately correct. Just let artists be artists and it will happen naturally. And as he finishes off here, he says, ultimately, a good message has to come from the heart and not from indoctrination. Holy hell, right there. A good message has to come from the heart and not from indoctrination. Anyway, let me know what you think about all this. Fun times we're going through right now, and it's only going to get crazier. Let me know what you think. Be sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you. And
well, bye.